So let's talk about NYPD officers who pulled down that Palestinian flag and then, of course, replaced it with the American flag. It was a great sight to see, and something that, of course, reminds all of us of 2001 in New York after 9/11. That video in and of itself, I think, offers some hope in the contrast to what's happening on those college campuses, which I think has a lot of us confused, dismayed, and disheartened, John.
Well, it does, but you're right. In the midst of all this chaos, we're seeing true patriotism stand up and be counted. In North Carolina, you saw the boys from the frat house. I mean, we don't generally think of a bunch of frat boys in college, being serious individuals. But I got to tell you, when that flag started to come down, those young men ran underneath the flag and they put their hands up and held it from hitting the ground. Now, why were they concerned about the American flag hitting the ground? Because anybody that knows anything about how you treat our flag, you know you never let it touch the ground, ever. And we go back to the Revolutionary War when Francis Scott Key was sitting out there in the bay and they were launching every cannonball they had. The Brits were at our people. They would keep that flag up no matter how many people died underneath it. Matter of fact, the flag at that point, towards the end of that battle, was being held up by the dead bodies of patriots. It was literally propped up by the men and women who had died defending it. So when I saw these boys doing that, it reminded me of that original spirit that our country had when we were founded. And I reached out to them on Twitter and I said, hey, boys, I'll offer you a free concert when you guys have this big celebration of the flag and of our country. Just hit me up. And so last night, I actually had a conversation with them and with their reps. And we're working right now on a big, giant music event called Flagstock. That's what I want to call it, Flagstock. And go to North Carolina and do something huge. I believe that patriotism in this country is way bigger than people realize, whether you're left or right. You know, people on the left don't like what they're seeing either. That's why you're seeing Trump's polls shoot through the roof. They go, I don't really like Trump, but I cannot put up with this any longer. So as bad as it is getting, I think the ultimate result is people are going to realize how important their country is, how important the flag is, and that we have to defend what we've got.